Hey there, this is Titus from the Sponsorship Space, and today we're talking about 5 ways to find and reach out to sponsors. Most people struggle to find the right sponsors, and today we're breaking down 5 methods to overcome that, and I'll share my favorite at the end. Number 1, cold outreach. This is email, LinkedIn, calls. Now, a lot of people have hesitation when it comes to this. It takes a lot of time. I'm going to break down a little bit of why I like it. Number 1, it's scalable. You can go really big or as small as you want, depending on your event, depending on your sponsorship program. It's also predictable. If you do the work and you do X amount of outreach, X amount of contact, then you know you're going to hit results because it's just a numbers game at this point. What I like to say is we want to do high quantity and high quality outreach, and cold outreach does that it hits both of those categories for you. It's also direct, so there's no BS. There's nothing around beating around the bush. It's saying, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, and how can we make a partnership that we can work together. You're in control. You decide when you do the outreach. You decide on your time when it has to happen. You don't have to work on other people's calendars. You can reach anyone anytime. That doesn't mean they're going to say yes. That doesn't mean they're going to sign up for it, but you have that possibility. Number 3, you can automate with Apollo.io or Instantly.io. .ai. You can look into those. This helps you do cold outreach, highly effective with heavy impact. It requires a clean data list, personalization, and a follow-up system. What I mean by this is you have to prospect and collect clean data and create a list of who you want to reach out to. Then you need to personalize each of those, whether this is email, LinkedIn, or calls. You need to address them by name. You can't just copy and paste generic emails and send them out. You need to personalize it and make it intentional. And there's a phrase I like. It says, "Show me you know me." In the first sentence of the email, show them you know them somehow. Show them that you did a little bit of research. You don't have to actually know them, but you should look at their LinkedIn, see what college they went to, see if there's something you can relate there, see some of their past jobs, who they've worked for. Show them that you know them on just a slightly deeper level than just you're sending a cold email, a generic email to a extensive list and just copy and paste it over and over. And then you need to be consistent and you have a follow-up system. I do a minimum of 3, upwards of 8 contacts where I go email, LinkedIn, email, call, LinkedIn, email, call, right? And I end with an email. 3 to 8 touch points for this outreach system to be effective. Pro tip, use Apollo.io to automate outreach and save hours. You can look into Apollo.io. There's many out there. Apollo.io is just a popular one. Then cold outreach is the most efficient method, and it's consistent and measurable, and you can run even while you sleep. Once you set up a cold email campaign, once you set up a cold email outreach campaign, you will find that if you put in the time and you do the numbers, you reach out to the right people, you create a good high quality list that's done in the prospecting phase, and then you do high quality outreach, intentional emails that aren't just generic, you will find success with cold outreach. Or you can just call. Now, really hard part is creating the list, find the emails, find the decision makers, and creating the campaigns. It takes initial time to set up. Next one, networking events. Relationships build trust faster than emails. When networking events you get an opportunity to attend something, interact with a group of people. You go to a networking event, you have cocktails, you have drinks, you shake hands, you interact with them, whatever it may be. And this is where you get to build relationships and do it in an authentic way that will lead to partnerships. It builds instant credibility. Once you're the person in front of them talking about your sponsorship program, your opportunities, instant credibility. They know you're real. They know this isn't a scam. You're a real person that's running a real sponsorship program. Real conversations beat cold emails. I don't really have to explain that. But if you're talking to someone face to face, you have a much more engaged person, a person that's much more likely to say yes, ask follow-up questions. They're not busy. It's not coming into their inbox, their emails. You have their full and undivided attention at networking events. Long-term partnerships start here. I will say if you want to go really big, a lot of times networking is the way to go, and that's how you get those really big deals. Cons: time, travel, invite-only access, slower ROI. This is a very slow game. It's going to take a lot of events. It's going to take a lot of time to making deposits, doing touch points. In our cold email campaign, we do 8 touch points in a matter of 2 weeks. When it comes to networking events, you'd be lucky if you got 2 touch points in a matter of 2 weeks. So that's the difficult part of it. Now, you can pair these up and you can do a networking event and you always follow up. If you have any interaction, you follow up on phone call, direct message, or an email somehow. Hey, it was awesome meeting you at this event. Loved our conversation. Love to discuss more in the upcoming weeks. Pro tip: go in with a goal. Know who you want to meet and why. So if you have the opportunity to see a list or to see the type of companies that are going to be there, you won't be able to get a touch point with everyone. Unlike cold email, you will be able to. But unlike cold email, if you come in with intentionality, and you get in front of that person, then that conversation is much more dynamic, and you can guarantee that you will have interaction, assuming you go up to them and talk with them. So go in. What are the type of companies you want to interact with? Is there a specific person there? And then I will say, do your research beforehand. So if you know that a CEO of a company is going to be there, make sure you know a lot about that company. And not that you have your pitch ready. We want to do it in an authentic way. We want to interact with them, be casual, but you want to have information about them before. What's a current campaign, a current marketing thing, a new product that they just launched. Make sure you're in the know about that company and going with a goal to meet them and interact with them, or with a niche. I want to meet with car dealerships. That's a pro tip. Going with a goal. Know who you want to meet and why. One handshake can be worth more than 100 emails. Focus on connection, not just a pitch. Once again, I will say these networking events, don't come in thinking that you're going to close the deal right there. Sales is in the follow-up. So you get that initial touch point, you build trust, you build credibility. It starts here though. Focus on connection, not just a pitch. It's going to take multiple networking events, not just one. Attend other events and talk to sponsors. Learn from sponsors who already say yes. You get to see what works in real life. So what I mean is you can go to a similar type of event. So if you have a marathon, an air show, a music festival, go to another one in your area that is similar to yours and talk to those sponsors. Learn from the sponsors who already said yes to another similar type event. See what's working in real life. Identify active sponsors so you get to see what they're doing at the event, how they're marketing at this event, how they're trying to get an ROI at the event, and identify the active sponsors so you get to see who's already sponsoring events. So if you see, oh wow, this local company, I didn't think they'd be somebody who would be interested in sponsorship, but they were at this other similar style event, so they are now on my hit list who I'm going to go after. Get activation inspiration, so you see what they're doing and you come up with ideas when you're on a phone call with somebody else and they're trying to talk about how your event can help them meet their marketing goals. You say, well, I saw this at an event, we could do something else. They had iPads at the gate and they were handing those out. They had product, they were sampling this way. They did this type of display, this type of activation. Where this can get tough is it can look like you're poaching during events or reaching out too soon. So when you're going to these events, it's like you have the idea of interacting with sponsors and getting those from another event. But what you don't want it to be is you're poaching or you're grabbing sponsors from an event, specifically if it's a smaller event than you. If it's a really large event, they probably won't mind, and you're a really small event. But if you're a really large event and they're a small event, that can be seen as poaching and stuff. So you want to make sure it's done in more of a networking type style where you're interacting with people and you're just hearing more, getting business cards and talking with the decision makers that are already at the event. The other thing is that you'll run into is there will likely be a decision maker present at the event. So you're cutting through the initial outreach process and you're going straight to the person who's already at the event, and you're getting to hear directly about their goals and what they want to accomplish from being at an event. Pro tip, take photos of activations for your sponsored idea folder. So what you can get is you can get ideas to tell other sponsors about. This is what you could do. I saw this, I already mentioned this before, but I saw this at a 5K and I think you could do something similar. Here's a photo of it. The other thing I like to do is I like to, at the very least, if I don't get to have intentional conversation of what they're doing, are they interested in other events, I just say, hey, can I have a business card? Or I take their pamphlet, whatever they're doing. I take a photo of the contact information, the website and stuff. Many times when I go to events and I'm looking to network and interact with them and get activation inspiration and identify other active sponsors, I don't even know who this company is and what they do, but I want their business card because I'm going to get a real contact, a real email, a real phone number, real face of a person, and then I can go on the back end, just grab a business card, and I can reach out to them later. So say that the business card says David, head of sales, and their email. I get to reach out to them. Hey David, this is Titus. I have a similar type of event, Hey David, saw you at X event. You loved your activation, what you were doing. I hope it was a massive success. I have a similar style event with a similar style audience. We do A, B, and C, blah, blah, blah. And you already have an initial contact point without actually having one. And going back to this one, what I talked about, show me you know me, this shows them that you know them and you've already had a conversation with them. So take photos of the activation and the business cards. You get for that initial outreach. Attend similar events, observe sponsors, and reach out after with a professional and respectful message. I've loved this. Early on in my career, I did a lot of this. This was my favorite thing to do. Got me out of the house, got me at events, got me out of the office, got me at events and fun events. And I got to see what other people are doing, and it created a lot of ideas and opportunity, and it showed me what was possible in the sponsorship space, and it broke my limiting beliefs. Number 4, door-to-door outreach, or going business-to-business outreach. It's old school, but still powerful, especially in the local perspective. It builds real trust. It's great for small or local businesses that are going to be hard to find contacts. You also get instant feedback. So you go to them, go to the door. Hey, I'm Titus. We're having a local event in your area this summer. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you've attended it in the past. But I just want to reach out on behalf of the sponsoring marketing team and let you know about it. Would you potentially be interested in something like this as a local tire shop or local car wash or a local store, coffee shop? Immediately you get feedback from the manager, from potentially the owner, on if this is something they're interested in. You can often find out their budget and what they would like to do. Assuming it's not too busy, you're going to get a real conversation with them. Cons: it's very time heavy. It's not scalable, and it takes confidence to go door to door. But it can be extremely effective. Once again, you get to find a decision maker right away. If they're not present, you ask for a card and say, hey, is the marketing manager or owner here? No, they're not here. Can I have their contact? So you get the contact from the employees, from the other individuals, and you get instant feedback from them. It takes a lot of time to do this, but it's really effective, and you get to pitch and you get to sell kind of immediately. You also know that they are a regional company, or a local company, so then you kind of get to talk directly to their pain points. You really understand the community, and you understand their audience, who they're trying to reach, and you can sell your audience to them, and they probably understand your audience. Bring a one-page sheet to drop off, a business card as well, and make sure it has a QR code to your full deck, how to contact you, all that stuff, to leave with them. You're going to get a lot of, oh yeah, we'll look at it later when we have more time. But if you're getting contact back, you're getting flyers in their hand, then this is really effective. If you're a small event as well, you also come with flyers and promotional material for your event. Hey, do you mind if I leave a few flyers here? Leave a poster on your wall. Most of the time, they'll be more than happy to help you out in that sense. This method works best for community events where face-to-face matters most, local events. Number 5, social media DMs. Start with a genuine conversation before pitching. You want to have multiple touch points. Love this contact. Love what you're doing here. Loved what you wrote here. Genuine conversation before you pitch. Don't just come in, hey, we have an event, looking for sponsorship. Touch points gradually over time. See that they are a company that makes sense. They're on your hit list. You think that audience demographics match up well, and have multiple touch points before you go in with a pitch. It's fast and personal, easy to build rapport, great for brand reps and creators. So if you're also have a brand yourself, or you're a creator, you kind of already have an audience, you're going to get more, they're going to be more likely to respond to you. Cons can be ignored, it's hard to track, and it needs a natural tone, and it really takes time. It's fast and personal, but it does take time, and you have to be doing it on a consistently. The other one is it's probably not going to work for big brands. If you're looking to get Nike or looking to get Toyota, it's not going to work. Now, local dealership with only 1,000 followers, local Toyota dealership, pretty effective way to do it. But if you're looking for big decision makers and national companies, reaching out to Toyota's Instagram account probably won't be the most effective. Pro tip: comment or reply first, then DM. Build trust before you pitch. Local coffee shops, social media DMs, local tire shops, great way to do it. Engage, compliment, then connect. DMs can turn into dollars if done right. All of these are based off of your personality as well. Door to door, if you're a very personal person, you like being out of the office, as well as attending other events and talk to sponsors, those and networking events, those 3 are going to crush it for you. If you're not so much, and social media and email outreach might be the most effective way, but you have to take into account the amount of time you have, your personality, and then your event, and which one's going to sell best. Now, let's recap. Quick recap. 5 ways to find and contact sponsors. Cold outreach. This is LinkedIn, phone calls, cold email. Networking events. You attend in person with everybody there has the intention of networking. Attend other events. Can be seen by poaching, but can be done in a tasteful and efficient way. Door to door. Going business to business, introducing yourself, letting you know about your event, and seeing if they're interested. This helps out from your sponsorship and your marketing perspective. Social media DMs. Not much to say there. It's easy, scalable. You can do it. Gonna probably be low impact, low return, but can be done. It can be done at scale. All 5 work, but only one is fully scalable, because unless you're gonna have a team of all these people doing it, a virtual assistant, of people going to your networking events, you're limited to one person's time constraints, except for cold outreach. Let me explain. My favorite is cold outreach. The closest thing to guaranteed system for sponsorships is cold outreach. Let me give you an example or breakdown. If we reach out to 200 contacts and you get just 20 replies out of those 200 contacts and those touch points, you get 20 replies. That can lead to 10 conversations, 10 sales calls, you get 20 replies, yeah, we're interested, and you get 10 people to hop on a sales call. That equals to, if you only close 20% of those conversations, that leads to 2 sponsors. If your average deal is $2,000 to $5,000 or more, that's $4,000 to $10,000 in sponsorship from one campaign. So you see what I did there? Reach out to 200 people, get 20 replies, get to 10 sales calls, close 2 of those 10 sales calls, average deal being $2,000 to $5,000. It's $4,000 to $10,000 in sponsorship from just one campaign. Automate your outreach and you'll have qualified sponsor meetings every single week. Cold outreach is my favorite because it's predictable and scalable. You control the volume, the message, and the follow-up. The quantity and the quality is controlled by you. You can't control that in any of these other ones because you can't necessarily control who you're reaching out to, who's next to you, who attends the networking events, do they reply to social media DMs, who's managing the social media DMs. Only one are you you control the volume, the message, and the follow-up. You can literally generate new sponsor leads on demand. It just takes doing more outreach. Leads me to my next thing. I realized this very quickly when I was doing event sponsorship and marketing, that cold outreach was the most effective and it had to be done. And I did it in the slowest, most inefficient ways. Over time, I learned how to do it effectively, finding high quality leads and doing high quantity outreach. And that's why I built my business around it, the sponsorship space, where we do lead generations for sponsorship programs. I help events and programs automate this exact system. I do all that prospecting and outreach for you, taking it off of your plate. We find your sponsors, run the outreach, and book qualified meetings directly on your calendar. If you want to skip the grind and start having real sponsor conversations every week, visit my website in the description. If you want sponsors without doing the outreach, somebody else doing all the busy work for you, we find, contact, and book qualified sponsors for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. I have a school community down in the description, my website as well. Consistent outreach beats random luck every time, and that's how you become successful and have a successful sponsorship program, which leads to more sponsorship revenue. I'd love to help you out, but till then, see you in the next video.